You can take good photos, but can you sell a lifestyle? If your photos don't make people want to be in the photo, wear the clothes, live that lifestyle, you're not creating the desire that clients are looking for. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact mindset and shooting approach that I used on a recent brand campaign to build up that lifestyle in every single photo, and how you can transform your portfolio to landing jobs like this on a regular basis. And if you want deeper training into creating work that clients actually want to pay you for, I've put all of my industry knowledge into one course so you can land your next clients in the top link below. I've already released a full breakdown to this shoot campaign. I'll put the video up here so you can check out, or in the link below. But I want to discuss something that a lot of portrait and fashion photographers neglect, and that is selling a lifestyle. I've actually only made this change recently in the last year, and ever since I made it, my business has skyrocketed, not only in the quality of the photos, but also the shoots that I book. So what is a lifestyle in your photos? Well, it's an emotion, it's a feeling, it's an actual lifestyle that you sell in the photos. Like, what do you want the audience to think and feel of that specific thing that you're selling in the photo? This is going to be extremely important when you are trying to sell a product or a specific clothing piece within the photos. But even if there is no product, even if it is just more of a personal portrait of an individual, people want photos to sell something. Even if it isn't a specific product, they want to get headshots for their brand or their LinkedIn profile. They want to make them look more professional. They're going to make them look more, maybe it's more casual, make them look more youthful, etc. That is the lifestyle that you want to sell, that emotion, that feeling that the person should have when they're looking at that photo. And again, if you want to learn about how you can create the perfect portfolio, the Portfolio Mastery course in the top link below, it's going to help you out. Okay, so now that you briefly know what a lifestyle is, how do you sell one in your photos? You're going to be manipulating the lifestyle or the emotion in your photos in a lot of different factors. It comes down to location choices, the types of models that you use, the styling, the posing even, like the expressions, the general concept and themes, the color palette, etc. So for the recent campaign that I just mentioned that I did, we sold a lifestyle through multiple different ways. So in the studio location, we manipulated it through the lighting. We made it very cinematic looking. We had this really cool treadmill as well in the middle of the studio, which is obviously the curved treadmill. If you do, I don't know if you do a lot of like athletic stuff or you run or whatever it is and you're in the gym, but those like curved treadmills, they're like known to be very expensive and very like high quality and luxury, kind of quote unquote luxury, and not a lot of gyms have access to them. So having that really cool curved treadmill there makes it almost look like the products. By the way, the product that we're selling in the photos is like the socks, the outfits, etc. Well, mainly the socks, right? So it's like an association thing. When you have this really cool treadmill, which is branded as a more luxury item, luxury fitness item, you have that on a photo shoot with the products, it automatically makes the product look more expensive. It makes the product look more luxury, etc. Obviously the lighting, like I just mentioned, the lighting also makes it look more premium and high quality because it has that more editorial look to it. That is why they hired me, by the way, because I have a really cool like editorial type of look to my photos. You could also see it in the styling too with the models. They had like Oakley glasses on, like the Oakley sunglasses. It's like a brand that a lot of runners use. Really expensive sunglasses, by the way. They cost like a few $100s. So again, that association of like really expensive branding with their socks, it makes their socks look more premium and more luxury. You could also say that the lifestyle is also amplified through the types of models that we used. We use a lot of we use actual runners. We use people that are quite athletic and quite fitness enthusiasts, so to say, so they're in shape and they look good. And then when people look at the photos and they look at the socks, for example, they look at the model also and be like, I want to be like that model, I want to look like that person because that person is in shape and they look really good and fit, so I'm going to buy the socks. So it's like a weird, like, I know it doesn't really make sense, you're not going to automatically become lean just for buying socks, but it's that association. Every brand does it. All these brands do the same thing where they use a very specific type of model model or person to appeal to a certain audience, and it's the exact same thing here. We also did outdoor shoots too. Again, the models that we used, they were conventionally attractive people. They all are runners. They have also the shoes that they wore very like expensive running shoes. They didn't just have like random like H&M shoes, like off-branded shoes, but they had like actual like expensive running shoes from like New Balance, Adidas and Nike, etc. So again, creating that association between a luxury item with the socks that they're trying to sell. Also with other stuff like the jewelry that they're wearing and just the outfits in general that are very clean looking. They're not really tacky, they're wearing very clean looking clothing. Again, that association. Also with the locations that we used as well, we try to stick to more like luxurious or more like fancy looking areas that kind of have that luxury appeal to it. We shot on these cool stairs, for example, that are very clean looking, and it's in a very nice area in our city. We didn't really go to like places where it's like abandoned or there's like graffiti everywhere and it kind of looks like shit. We stuck to the more cool like luxury city vibes for the photo shoot. So you can see how all these different factors, you've got the lighting, the location choices, the types of models that we use, the styling, everything like that. You can see how that has manipulated the lifestyle that we wanted to create and that message that we wanted to show off, and we've associated that luxury stuff, that whatever it is, to the socks, and the socks therefore automatically look more premium. They automatically look like a better item to buy, which obviously clients want. They want to get more sales, and that is why they hire photographers like yourself to sell that lifestyle. Another example that I can give you, I did this Adidas like spec ad shoot like a few months back, like near the start of the year actually, and the way I put the photos on the screen so you can see. In those photos, the way I sold a lifestyle, was through the types of models that I used. The model that I used is a very like unorthodox looking model, really cool hair, very expressive poses. She's very like extroverted individual. So having that in there, having her in the Adidas clothing, especially with the red backdrop too, it's very colorful. It almost gave that sense of like, okay, if you buy this item, you're gonna be like her. You're gonna be this really cool, youthful, extroverted character when you put on these clothes, and you automatically associate the tracksuit that she wore with that model and with that sense of coolness and that sense of youthfulness, etc. So you can see how people would buy the item because of that, compared to if I just shot like a random model or some model that kind of looks depressed or something like that, it's not going to look as good. But because I use a really cool like looking model, really expressive poses, etc., it sells the item a bit better, if that makes any sense. And clients love that. Even if on that shoot it was more of a spec ad compared to the brand campaign that I shot for that run club, that obviously they're like obviously I was like an actual paid shoot, whatever it was, but for this spec ad shoot, it was just a passion shoot. I don't have to actually try to sell an item, but I wanted to do that anyway, so it shows the clients like what I can do. So you might think right now like, oh, I want to sell a lifestyle, but I'm not doing any paid projects at the moment for brands, so why does that matter? No, like do that for your free shoots too, because how I landed that job for that run club or for that clothing brand with the socks was through these passion projects, was through the Adidas shoot that I did. I also did a New Balance shoot, and I'm having the same approach to that compared to the same thing with the paid shoot too, having that same approach of I'm trying to sell a lifestyle here, because clients don't really care if it was a spec ad, if it was a free shoot or a paid shoot. They just care that you created the photos and you could sell a lifestyle in them. So question to you, how could you sell a lifestyle in your next photo shoot? Maybe it is buying like a product from a different brand and trying to show that off through like a spec ad, like almost like you're pretending to create an advert for that brand. Comment down below like what would that be? Maybe what brand would you shoot for? And if it's not a brand that you want to shoot or a specific product that you want to sell, how could you sell that lifestyle or emotion? Again, it doesn't have to be for brand, it could also be for, and if it is a personal portrait of someone, what type of message do you want to show off? Like what do you want the audience or the people looking at your photos to think of that person? Like what personality do you want to show off in that person? How could you manipulate that through location, composition choices, if it's the outfits, the styling choice, etc. Because photography is marketing at the end of the day. People and clients hire photographers to market their brand. If it's a personal brand, like it's just them, they want to market themselves, or it is like an actual product, like for that campaign, it's for socks, it's for outfits, tracksuits, perfume, fragrances, whatever it is. How can you be the photographer that doesn't just merely take good photos, but photos that sell a lifestyle, sell a message? How can you sell that specific brand, that products, that personality? You need to think about this now. This is how you're going to take your photos to the next level. Not just about how can I improve on my lighting, etc. Obviously those things are important, but you need to focus on how can you sell a lifestyle, how can you sell an emotion, etc. Because that is what clients truly want, and that is what they want to see in photographers like yourself. That is what they're going to pay premium prices for, selling a lifestyle. You need to learn how to do that. If you want the full guide to building up the perfect portfolio, attract clients you truly want to work for, the Portfolio Mastery course in the top link below will be perfect for you. It's all of my industry knowledge, how I built my portfolio, how I network, how I price myself, experiences that I've had with clients and how to deal with them. All of that knowledge is in the course. It's about 3+ hours long, 40 videos. It has everything that you need to make this your full-time career as a portrait photographer. You'll notice that the action steps that I give you, doesn't require a lot of time. It's little time, but a lot of results. There's already people on the program making serious progress that have jobs, they're working towards a degree or something like that, where they're not free 24/7. Like, I'm not telling you, you have to be like free all the time, you have to be unemployed. Like, no, like you could be someone with a job, with a mortgage, with a family, only have a few hours spare a week, and you're gonna maximize your results. They're making serious progress on the program too. They already are landing clients, and I want you to join them. Like, if you follow the action steps, you will guarantee your next client booking. In as little as only a few months too, like you're gonna be making your money back by one photo shoot easily. It's only like $200 at the moment. Like, I made it that cheap. $200 for a course where it teaches you how to land photo shoots. And by the way, the average rate for a photo shoot on the low end is probably like $200 for like a 1 hour, 2 hour photo shoot. So yeah, like you can make your money back from a single photo shoot, which you will book if you follow the action steps and if you join the program. So it's essentially a free course if you ask me. So click the top link below if you want to join the program. And yeah, that is it for the video though. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful. Like, subscribe, comment, all that type of stuff. Click on this video right here to learn more about portrait photography. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.